People often say everyone has an unfair advantage, so why not gain one more? Imagine a mind that's sharper, calmer, and more powerful than ever. A mind that cuts through illusions, remains steady in chaos, and taps into a wisdom beyond words. Zen and Taoism call it the Tao Heart, the essential mind. The key? Zen meditation and sudden enlightenment. Satori. What if the greatest advantage in life isn't something external, but something already within you, just waiting to be unlocked? When you put on 3D glasses and watch a movie, you feel completely immersed. A sudden jump scare makes your heart race until you realize the screen is actually flat. You take off the glasses, and in that instant, you see through the illusion. The images were never real. They were just projections. At that moment, you return to your true heart. Now, have you ever considered that real-life fears, setbacks, and struggles might be just like that 3D movie? That all the so-called reality you experience is, at its core, no different, just mental constructs? And if you could see through this, wouldn't you instantly return to your true heart as well? That true heart is exactly what Zen and Taoism call the Tao Heart. And once you awaken to it, it could become your greatest unfair advantage. This idea isn't just found in Zen teachings. Modern quantum physics, theoretical physics, and psychology all offer perspectives that align with it. If, through meditation, you deeply grasp this truth, if you can see past these constructs and recognize your original heart beyond them, this is what Zen calls awakening. Meditation, beyond its well-known benefits, holds a profound purpose. The direct experience of this realization. Your true heart is already free. Why make unnecessary efforts? If you're carrying a mental burden, an unresolved emotion, or lingering worries, how do you release them? Do you confide in a friend, seek counseling, or keep them bottled up? Over 1,100 years ago, during the Tang Dynasty, Zen master Daowu posed a similar question to his disciples. On the day of his passing, he gathered them and asked, "There is something troubling my mind, and it has plagued me for a long time. Who can remove it for me?" His disciple, Master Xinzhai, stepped forward and said, "Both mind and thing are illusions. Trying to remove them only deepens the affliction." Hearing this, Master Daowu was overjoyed. "Excellent, excellent." Master Xinzhai understood something profound. When we try to rid ourselves of mental knots by fighting them, we often make things worse. Instead, we must see clearly. The troubled mind and the problem itself are mere projections, constructs of thought. Once you realize this, the struggle disappears. The mental knot and even the restless mind itself were never real to begin with, just fleeting illusions. This is the wisdom of Zen. When you break free from mental constructs, suffering dissolves on its own. The Tao Heart of Ziqing. Imagine you have a crucial task ahead, something challenging, something that demands precision, creativity, or improvisation. Have you ever wondered how to ensure success? How to stay composed, energized, and fully present while carrying it out? This isn't just about resilience, it's about mental mastery. Over 2,500 years ago, during China's spring and autumn period, a master carpenter named Ziqing had already unlocked this secret. Ziqing was renowned for crafting wooden chime bell frames, each piece an exquisite masterpiece, seemingly divine in its precision. His craftsmanship was so extraordinary that the ruler of Lu summoned him to the palace and asked, "Master Ziqing, your skill is beyond this world. What is your secret?" With humility, Ziqing replied, "I am merely a carpenter. There is no secret. But before I carve, I follow a strict ritual. I must first purify my mind. I enter a fast, not of the body, but of the spirit." He continued, "For 7 days I fast my mind. By the 3rd day I let go of thoughts of reward and recognition. By the 5th day, praise and criticism no longer concern me. By the 7th day, I forget myself entirely, my body, my limbs. Only then, when my mind is utterly still, do I enter the mountains to find the right wood. At that moment, the perfect timber reveals itself to me, as if the finished frame is already hidden within it. With just a few cuts, it takes shape effortlessly, almost as if nature itself had crafted it. This practice, known as Xinzhai, or spiritual fasting, has existed for over 2,500 years in Taoist teachings. It's the art of emptying the mind. Just as one might abstain from heavy food, one refrains from distractions, desires, and external noise. Through this, one attains the Tao Heart, a state of absolute clarity and flow. Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi recorded the story of Xinzhai as an illustration of this principle. And this isn't just ancient wisdom. Modern visionaries like Steve Jobs followed the same path. Just like the master carver, Jobs would strip away all distractions, immersing himself completely, allowing brilliance to emerge naturally. Spiritual fasting and daily mastery. The Tao Heart can be cultivated through spiritual fasting, or Xinzhai, a practice distinct from physical fasting. Physical fasting benefits the body. Spiritual fasting purifies the mind. While meditation is a well-known method, movement itself can also be meditative. Walking meditation is widely practiced, but I propose that jogging meditation is just as powerful. With deep and continuous practice of spiritual fasting, even daily work can become a form of meditation, where focus is effortless, obstacles dissolve, and every action flows seamlessly. This is the highest state of mastery, one where life itself becomes an art. Now, if you scroll down to the comment section, you'll see something interesting unfold. I've dropped a little Zen riddle down there. Feel free to jump in, reflect, or even share your own insights. Let's turn the comment section into a peaceful little temple of thought. Ancient Zen wisdom. A time capsule. Across Eastern countries, ancient Zen wisdom is preserved in numerous time capsules, Buddhist grottos, temples, and sacred texts. The insights are already there, waiting to be rediscovered. However, if one lacks any awareness of the concept of the Tao Heart in Zen, they may miss the higher levels of meditation. Balancing practice with a deeper understanding of spiritual teachings can unlock greater mental benefits. Integrating subtle spiritual elements into mindfulness meditation can enrich the experience. In our videos, we explore these deeper dimensions of mindfulness in an accessible and gradual way with some historical Zen stories, making it easy to incorporate into daily life. Our statement will be deep, insightful, and well-connected to modern physics thought. It would be a solid Zen philosophical discussion. The power of ancient wisdom, mindfulness, Zen, and the essential true mind. Mindfulness, profound wisdom, spiritual fasting, Zen teachings, Wang Yangming's philosophy, meditation, and the Tao Heart, or essential true mind. These ancient wisdom traditions share a common thread. Their greatest benefit lies in the inner transformation they provide. Once a person undergoes this internal refinement or reaches a state of enlightenment, they gain the ability to either benefit the world when in a position of influence or cultivate personal integrity and resilience in adversity. This wisdom allows one to advance when conditions are favorable and retreat when necessary. Retreat, cultivating inner strength in adversity. When external circumstances are unfavorable, whether due to a lack of opportunities, a mundane life, or personal setbacks, these inner practices enhance focus, improve emotional regulation, and alleviate suffering. They help individuals avoid the negative psychological impact of adversity, fostering a mindset that promotes positive thinking and resilience. This in turn enhances emotional intelligence, cognitive ability, and overall quality of life. This practical application of mindfulness is widely recognized and embraced in the modern West. Furthermore, Zen's emphasis on compassion and wisdom encourages individuals to help others and contribute to society, strengthening interpersonal relationships and nurturing a compassionate heart. Advance. Inner cultivation leads to outer success. Spiritual practice not only fosters inner peace, but also drives external achievements. Take Steve Jobs, for example. His study of Zen and mindfulness not only refined his spiritual awareness, but also allowed him to trust his intuitive creativity without relying on complex market research, leading to the development of revolutionary products. Similarly, the renowned Japanese entrepreneur Kazuo Inamori was deeply influenced by Zen. He famously stated, "Work is a form of spiritual practice." His 6 principles of success closely align with the Zen concept of 6 paramitas, perfections. Inamori's philosophy of work as meditation is rooted in the teachings of Suzuki Shosen, who believed that all professions could be a form of Buddhist practice, and Ishida Bagan, the founder of Shingaku, heart learning, which itself was influenced by Wang Yangming's philosophy. Ancient texts also reflect this principle. In Zhuangzi's writings, the legendary craftsman Zi Qing mastered his art through spiritual fasting, a deep meditative state, allowing him to become a master of woodcraft at a national level. Wang Yangming attained enlightenment and discovered the luminous mind. Japanese Admiral Tōgō Heihachiro, influenced by Wang Yangming's teachings, achieved victory in numerous battles. While Zen masters throughout history may not have directly contributed to military victories or technological innovations, they have guided countless individuals in moments of profound confusion and crisis, helping them realign their lives and even achieve greatness. This spiritual guidance has had an immeasurable and lasting impact on human civilization. Zen's influence on Wang Yangming's philosophy. Wang Yangming's philosophy was undoubtedly influenced by Zen Buddhism, as many of its key concepts align with Zen thought. Many scholars recognize that Yangming's mind as principle resonates deeply with Zen's mind as Buddha. This resemblance contributed to its rapid spread in Japan, where Zen Buddhism was deeply ingrained in the culture. However, Wang Yangming's philosophy belongs to Neo-Confucianism and is considered more practical and accessible than Japanese Zen, which contributed to its widespread adoption. Meditation and the path to enlightenment. At the heart of Zen practice lie two fundamental principles: stopping and seeing. Stopping means letting go, releasing attachments, quieting distractions, and allowing the mind to settle. Seeing is the deep insight that arises when the mind is still and clear. Through dedicated meditation, practitioners enter a state called samadhi, deep concentration that transcends physical and mental barriers, revealing reality with profound clarity. This isn't just about relaxation, it's about awakening to the true nature of existence. The Heart Sutra, one of Buddhism's most profound teachings, captures this realization. When Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva was practicing deep meditation, he perceived that all phenomena are empty, thus transcending all suffering. This insight, seeing that all thoughts, perceptions, and even material reality are fleeting and impermanent, is the key to liberation. By understanding the illusion of separation, one frees the mind from suffering and enters a state of profound peace. Mastering the mind, mastering life. Whether explored through Zen, Taoism, Hinduism, modern physics, or mindful meditation, the ultimate goal remains the same: to attain clarity of mind, realize one's true nature, and uncover the fundamental truth of existence. As Buddhist teachings say, there are many paths to enlightenment, but all lead to the same destination. True meditation is not an escape from reality, but a direct path to supreme wisdom, a clarity that allows one to see things as they truly are. By stilling the mind and transcending subconscious barriers, one dissolves the illusion of separation, awakening to the oneness of all things. This leads to what can be called double enlightenment, a fusion of deep spiritual awakening and an understanding of the universe's fundamental nature. As Zen teaches, the true practitioner is always in meditation, never out of it. Walking, sitting, speaking, or in silence, one remains centered, fully present, and at peace. At its highest level, this state is described as oneness with the universe in Taoism and Brahman-Atman unity in Hinduism. Here, clarity and serenity become unshakable, dissolving fear, doubt, and worry. A continuous, radiant joy emerges, not from external conditions but from within. Through mindfulness, meditation, and the art of Xinzhai, emptying the mind, one learns to stay in this awakened state. This is not only the key to spiritual fulfillment, but also the foundation for mastery in all aspects of life. Just as Zi Qing found transcendence through woodworking and Steve Jobs channeled Zen into his innovations, mastering the mind is the key to mastering reality itself. In the end, the journey beyond the self is the journey home, to boundless clarity, to deep peace, to true happiness. The 4 stages of Zen meditation. Ancient Buddhist teachings describe 4 progressive levels of deep meditation. First jhana. The practitioner enters a state of deep concentration where the breath steadies and stillness takes root. Second jhana. Discursive thoughts fade away, replaced by an effortless inner joy that arises naturally. Third jhana. Even joy dissolves, leaving behind an even deeper state of tranquility and unwavering contentment. Fourth jhana. The mind reaches absolute stillness, free from disturbances, free from attachments, resting in perfect equanimity. At this level, one experiences true presence, unshaken by external forces. It is here, in the depths of stillness, that awakening unfolds. The concept of Tao in Zen Buddhism. In Zen Buddhism, Tao represents the fundamental order of the universe, the seamless, interconnected flow of all things. Like its interpretation in Taoism, it cannot be fully grasped by the intellect. Instead, it must be experienced directly through deep meditation. Zen does not seek to control life, but to align with its natural rhythm, moving in harmony with the way things are. Key aspects of Tao in Zen Buddhism. Beyond words, just as in Taoism, Tao is considered ineffable, beyond the reach of language. No explanation can replace direct experience. As the saying goes, no matter how much one studies swimming theory, one cannot swim without actually getting into the water. However, modern physics offers a fresh perspective. While ancient Zen sages lacked a precise language to describe the nature of reality, contemporary physicists have something they did not: mathematical equations. These equations serve as a new language, helping us articulate truths about the universe that once seemed beyond words. Non-duality. The Tao transcends the illusion of separation between subject and object, self and other. Instead, all things are seen as part of a unified whole, seamlessly connected in an infinite dance of existence. Living in alignment, Zen practice is about tuning into the Tao, cultivating awareness and acting spontaneously in harmony with life's natural flow. The more we align with this effortless way of being, the less resistance we encounter, and the more clarity we gain. The influence of Taoism. When Buddhism spread to China, it absorbed many Taoist concepts, including the idea of Tao as an organic, effortless state of existence. This fusion shaped what we now recognize as Zen, a philosophy deeply rooted in both Buddhist wisdom and Taoist naturalism. How to approach the understanding of Tao. Meditation and spiritual fasting. Deep meditation clears the mind, allowing practitioners to directly experience the Tao. Again, the same wisdom applies. No matter how much one studies swimming theory, one cannot swim without actually getting into the water. Observing nature. The patterns of the universe reveal themselves through nature. By simply observing the effortless flow of a river or the way leaves move with the wind, one can glimpse the harmony of Tao in action. Insights from modern physics. Unlike ancient sages, we now have scientific evidence confirming the deep interconnectedness of all things. Quantum physics, relativity, and the study of energy fields provide new ways to understand the fundamental unity of existence, bringing us closer than ever to grasping what Zen masters have taught for centuries. Living the teachings. Ultimately, understanding Tao is not about theory, it's about practice. By immersing ourselves in Zen philosophy, mindfulness, and daily reflection, we gradually cultivate an intuitive grasp of this universal flow. True mastery, like any skill, comes not from intellectual study, but from lived experience. In the year 2085, Susan is diagnosed with an eye condition that will require a few days to heal. She feels disappointed, as she had planned a trip with her family, but now the schedule will have to be delayed. At that time, AI influencers, in the form of holographic avatars of ancient sages, have become a regular part of daily life, offering psychological consultations to people worldwide. These AI avatars are powered by advanced deep learning, having absorbed the wisdom and teachings of the sages over time. Through the latest breakthroughs in quantum physics and 5D space, AI scientists have even been able to reconstruct historical data, bringing these figures back to life in digital form. One of these avatars is of Wang Yangming, a revered philosopher of the Ming Dynasty, now serving as a psychological consultant. Susan reaches out to him for help. The avatar of Wang Yangming responds warmly, "Sweetheart, a bright and peaceful heart is far more important than anything, even your eyes. Rest assured, you'll be fine in just a couple of days." In today's world, one of the greatest struggles we face is not knowing how to settle our inner hearts. We often find ourselves anxious, restless, and overwhelmed by desires, lacking the patience and ability to steadily work towards our goals. Wang Yangming's philosophy of the mind, a key part of Neo-Confucianism, is celebrated as a remedy for the restless heart in a chaotic world and a powerful spiritual tool in difficult times. His teachings are practical, helping clear our minds from confusion, transforming hesitation into decisiveness, and bringing peace to our hearts. By focusing on cultivating a strong, resilient heart, we can experience calm joy and true inner fulfillment, even in a turbulent society. When we are caught in the worry of gains and losses, Wang Yangming reminds us, life's fortune or misfortune, life or death, are all part of fate. There's no need to let these things disturb your heart. When the mind is steady, aligned with the rhythm of the universe, even in the face of change, we can remain calm and at ease. This Confucian concept of fate is similar to what modern physics refers to as quantum information flow. Across different religions and philosophies, there are similar ideas, such as Brahman in Hinduism and Buddha nature in Buddhism, all urging us to trust in this flow of life without constantly living in fear of what may come. This is also reflected in the Buddhist idea of fearless giving. When we rush to achieve things too quickly, Wang Yangming warns us, when a tree has sprouted, simply water it according to its needs. Let it grow at its own pace, don't force it. Trying to rush growth by overwatering is ignorant. When we find our emotions fluctuating, Wang Yangming advises, when emotions like anger arise, treat them as external events. Don't hold on to them. When you let go of attachments, your heart will expand and you'll align with your true nature. This is in line with the practice of Zen. And when we face adversity, Wang Yangming reminds us, the more difficult the situation, the greater the opportunity to cultivate your heart. This is the perfect time for inner growth. As Zheng said, once you push through, you emerge as a true hero. Wang Yangming taught that life itself is a dojo and that hardship is a form of spiritual practice. Everyone encounters difficulties. Some complain, giving in to despair. Others become stronger through adversity, refining themselves into something greater. Wang Yangming himself, through countless hardships, gained incredible inner strength and the courage to overcome any challenge, becoming one of the greatest figures in East Asian history. A student asked Wang Yangming, "Is there a special technique for warfare?" Wang Yangming replied, "What technique is there? The key is to study, to cultivate a mind that remains still. If you must call it a technique, then a still mind is the only true technique. Everyone's wisdom is similar. Victory or defeat depends on whether the heart moves or stays steady. The essence here is that a strong, steady mind can lead to victory in any situation." Wang Yangming gave an example. "When we were fighting the rebels, we were at a disadvantage. I gave the command for a fire attack, but one of my men was frozen, unaware. I had to repeat the order 4 times before he snapped out of it. This person hadn't truly mastered the teachings. In a crisis, they panicked. Those who act with wisdom in the heat of the moment do so because they've cultivated their minds through study and practice." The Japanese naval hero, Tōgō Heihachiро, attributed his military success to Yangming's philosophy, even more so than the naval tactics he learned in England. Many of us think that earning a bachelor's, a master's, or even a PhD, or reading specialized books makes us learn. However, Wang Yangming believed that the greatest form of learning isn't found in degrees or books, but in the depth of one's own mind cultivation. Admiral Tōgō Heihachiro, one of the greatest heroes of the Russo-Japanese War, was once asked about the secret to his success in battle. Without hesitation, he reached for a seal he always carried with him, engraved with the words, "A lifetime of humble reverence for Yangming." Togo often said that while the naval tactics he learned during his 3 years of study in the UK were important, his true strength emerged in the heat of battle, when cannons roared and the very sky seemed to fall. His ability to remain calm and lead his fleet with composure did not come from military training. It came from the profound teachings of Yangming's philosophy of the heart and mind, especially the principle of remaining unmoved in the heart. Tōgō believed this wisdom was far beyond what any naval academy could offer. Military training is shu, the tactics. While important, tactics alone cannot guarantee victory, but Yangming's philosophy is Tao, the right mindset and wisdom. It is the Tao that ensures the tactics work, transforming a well-trained mind into one capable of navigating the chaos of battle with clarity and purpose. A historical example of remaining unmoved in the heart. During the Ming Dynasty, Wang Yangming and his students took part in the imperial examination, but all of them failed. While others were disheartened and discouraged, Wang Yangming remained calm and composed. He said, "I do not feel ashamed of failing the exam. I would feel ashamed if I allowed my heart to be disturbed by it." While others allowed disappointment to move their hearts, Wang Yangming remained steadfast, keeping his heart unmoved. In 1506, Wang Yangming, the great philosopher of the Ming Dynasty and a key figure in Neo-Confucianism, found himself pursued by assassins sent by corrupt officials of the court. After narrowly escaping, he boarded a merchant ship heading south. As he gazed out over the vast surging sea, he calmly composed a poem. All dangers, blessings, and misfortunes should not linger in the heart. These hardships and obstacles are no different from fleeting clouds drifting through the sky. In the stillness of the deep night, as the sea waves surge 30,000 miles away, I am like a Zen practitioner riding his staff under the moonlight, drifting with the wind. 仙一远不知胸中，和一幅云过太空，也惊海涛3万里，月明飞兮下天风. In this poem, Wang Yangming expresses a profound truth. The human heart is naturally empty, a boundless space. Much like modern theoretical physics suggests, everything is quantum information. The feelings of danger, worry, or peace are simply passing moments, transient like clouds in the sky. They do not truly reside in our hearts. There is no need to cling to these mental states. This resonates with the Western philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches emotional detachment. Both ancient Eastern traditions, Confucianism and Zen, share common ground in their understanding of this empty state of mind. This idea, along with other ancient Eastern wisdom, will be explored further through the stories of Zen. Interestingly, modern physics helps us understand and make sense of many of these ancient and enigmatic teachings. Now let's explore the story of Wang Yangming's mountain flower, which bears striking similarities to Schrödinger's cat. During the Ming Dynasty, Wang Yangming was traveling with a few of his disciples on Kuaiji Mountain. One disciple pointed to a flower tree in the mountain and asked, "Everything is the heart. How does this flower tree, which opens and falls on its own, relate to my heart?" Wang Yangming replied, "Before you looked at this flower, it and your heart were in the same state of stillness. But now that you see the flower, its colors become clear to you, and you realize that the flower is not outside your heart." In Wang Yangming's view, the mountain flower, which can be extended to all things, has two states: stillness and manifestation. Stillness represents the potential state of existence. He never said the flower didn't exist when it wasn't seen. When we don't observe the flower, it is in the state of stillness. But once we observe it, the flower manifests in our heart and transforms from stillness to manifestation. This mirrors Schrödinger's famous thought experiment. If we do not open the box, is the cat alive or dead? Similarly, if we don't see the flower on the mountain, does it exist or not? Wang Yangming believed that both the flower and the cat exist in a state of stillness until we interact with them. In quantum mechanics, before the box is opened, the cat is in a quantum superposition of life and death. Likewise, the flower exists in a quantum superposition of existence and non-existence. And it is only when we open the box or come to the mountain that this superposition collapses into one state. Wang Yangming's concept of stillness represents a pure, objective existence. This has nothing to do with subjective idealism that denies the objective reality of things. While Wang Yangming did not have the concept of quantum mechanics in his time, his thoughts align remarkably with quantum physics. Do ancient Eastern Zen Buddhism, Wang Yangming's philosophy, and Western Quaker beliefs seem unrelated? Today, let's explore the wisdom they offer and how they can inspire us when brought together. Wang Yangming once said that a person's inner cultivation is like the purity of gold. Even a small piece of gold, if highly pure, holds great value. Now imagine this. A PhD might be like a 1,000-gram chunk of gold ore, but if their inner strength is lacking, it's like the gold is only 30% pure. On the other hand, a village girl from a remote area with no high education but an inner strength that shines, someone who is sensible, calm under pressure, emotionally stable, and excellent at building relationships, could be like a 500-gram nugget of gold with 99% purity. So what truly matters most in life? Yangming's philosophy teaches that a bright heart is the foundation of everything. It's more important than the body, more important than material wealth, because the body and wealth are external things. Anything external, no matter how valuable, is secondary. There's a story where one of Yangming's students was suffering from an eye condition and grew quite despondent. Yangming said to him, "You're valuing your eyes and neglecting your heart." This idea mirrors a fundamental teaching in Zen Buddhism. Everyone already has the Buddha or the sage within them. It just needs to be awakened. Similarly, Quakerism speaks of the inner light, the belief that God's presence resides within each individual. But don't misunderstand. This doesn't mean material wealth should be ignored. Rather, with a pure gold heart, you'll be happier and healthier. And that inner purity will help you work more effectively, potentially bringing wealth if that's your goal. Interestingly, Western Quakers and some Zen Buddhists or Yangming followers who venture into business often make great entrepreneurs. Why? Because their focus on cultivating a pure gold heart gives them solid principles for success. Quakerism emphasizes spirituality in everyday life. It's not about ritual, it's about living your faith through action. Zen Buddhism and Yangming's philosophy share a similar belief that spiritual cultivation is found in the simple, routine tasks of life. So it's not contradictory to your work or business goals. A pure gold heart can lead not only to happiness, but to real gold. Susan, comforted by Yangming's wise words, spent the next few days in a state of calm joy. Her mind free from worry, her body healed, and her heart at peace, she's ready to travel with her family once again. Sometimes the best healing comes not from medicines, but from the wisdom of our minds, guiding us to be present, peaceful, and content in every moment.
It's all about the mind, the heart, the soul. Wang Yangming said it best, let me take control. Inner strength like gold shines brighter than the rest. Purity is the key, we pass every test. Gold's not about the weight, it's about the shine. PhD might have the mask, but not the mind. A village girl with the heart, 99% gold. She's the one who stands tall, never breaks, never folds. Wang Yangming said check the purity, not the size. That's the inner work, it's the spirit that never dies. In the darkness find the light, that's the path to clarity. Not about the fame, it's the soul's prosperity. You gotta raise your mind, elevate your view. See the world from the fourth and the fifth dimension too. Let go of the ego, let the heart unfold. You're pure gold, you're pure gold. Einstein thought he had it all, but gravity and light couldn't find a link, couldn't get it right. Then came Kaluza, sent out another dimension. Now the universe makes sense, it's the new intentions. Like Buddhism's way, the sudden insight. Add one more view, now you see the light. It's the no self, the state of balance and peace, where the mind's at ease and all your troubles cease. You gotta raise your mind, elevate your view. See the world from the fourth and the fifth dimension too. Let go of the ego, let the heart unfold. You're pure gold, you're pure gold. The purest heart, more valuable than flesh. Materials, nothing, it's the soul we protect. You see through the haze, the ego fades. A bright heart's the power, and that's how we're made. Yangming taught us, don't just chase the crown. It's the inner light, that's where you're found. In the failures, find your strength. In the dark, find the glow. The heart's the treasure, let it flow, let it show. Zen said it too, the Buddha let the journey begin. No need for more, the answer's already there. Look within, find peace, take a breath, you're aware. You gotta raise your mind, elevate your view. See the world from the fourth and the fifth dimension too. Let go of the ego, let the heart unfold. You're pure gold, you're pure gold. Gold's not in the way, it's in the light. It's the shine that's unseen deep in the night. So keep your heart pure, keep your soul strong. The power's in you all along, all along.
Now that we've explored the deeper wisdom behind the Tao Heart in ancient mindfulness teachings, let's take a moment to experience it directly. Philosophy offers insight. Meditation offers realization. In the next part, I'll gently guide you into a short meditation. You don't need to force anything. Just find a comfortable position, let your body settle, and allow your mind to return to its natural stillness. Let's begin. Close your eyes and take a deep, unhurried breath. Inhale slowly and exhale gently. Let the outer world fade for now. Let the noise soften. Feel the weight of your body resting on the earth, supported, grounded. There's nowhere else to be, nothing else to do, just this moment. As you breathe in, feel the cool air entering your nose. As you breathe out, feel the body soften, like snow melting in the sun. Allow your thoughts to come and go, like clouds passing through the sky. No need to hold on. No need to resist. This is the beginning of returning to your true heart, the stillness beneath the surface. Let's continue.